We've been doing all that. And then we're going to lead up to what we have to do and address. The largest spending items, the reason we're in trouble is because over 74% of federal spending is on autopilot, mandatory spending. That's your entitlement programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and then things like Social Security. They have to be adjusted and fixed. We have a plan to do that next year, and it's critical because we're at $40 trillion plus.
Welcome to Civic Proof. Before we get started, let's explain what entitlement programs are. Entitlement programs are called entitlements because you paid into them and are entitled to them and to their benefits. Most people think your money is hidden in a vault somewhere. The money that you paid over the decade or more of working. That is not the case. The money you pay into the program is immediately paid out to someone else who is eligible that year. When you are eligible to pull out money, it requires the new money and funding to be available. That's not guaranteed if the programs run out of adequate money by 2034 or 2040. Now, let's get started. Congressman Sean Casten recently posted a clip of U.S. Speaker Mike Johnson talking about the future viability crisis facing our entitlement programs. Speaker Johnson stated that the entitlement programs must be adjusted and fixed because a majority of federal spending is on autopilot, with national debt now reaching $40 trillion, risking the viability of the programs that so many Americans depend on. Rightfully so, they depend on them. The issue lies in the fact that many today are too concerned about messaging over actually fixing important issues. Congressman Casten took it upon himself to assert that those entitlement benefits that so many people depend on will be targeted or depleted under Speaker Johnson. Do not get me wrong, anything is possible, anything is a possibility, and maybe they will be targeted, which I do not approve of. I do not approve of targeting the benefits of these entitlement programs. However, in the clip, Speaker Johnson never says he will cut entitlement benefits. The clip shows Speaker Johnson attesting to the real mathematical problem facing the future viability of those same programs, and the necessary benefits they provide being in jeopardy if not fixed and adjusted. Social Security is the Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance program run by the United States Social Security Agency. Over 72 million Americans collected Social Security benefits in 2024. Those Americans must be at least 62 years old and have paid into the system for at least 10 years prior to receiving benefits. Next, Medicare is the federal health insurance program for American citizens over the age of 65. Some people receive Medicare because of a disability that qualifies them for the benefits. Medicare, like Social Security, is supported through payroll withholdings, hence why they are called entitlement programs, as explained earlier in this video. Lastly, Medicaid is a joint federal and state program which provides health insurance to lower-income families and individuals. Medicaid also covers medical costs not routinely covered by Medicare. Each state runs its own Medicaid program, but the federal government provides, at the very least, nearly half of the funding. These entitlement programs provide essential services that retirees and the needy depend on for the subsistence of their living. This is not something that the government should play around with. We must take this seriously. Some of the problems facing these entitlement programs is the fact that they are projected to run out of adequate money, run out of funding to meet the demand. For example, with Social Security benefits, current projections find that the program will run out of money by 2034, according to the Nonpartisan Committee for Responsible Federal Budget. Medicare is facing much of the same projected crises in the near future. I encourage our lawmakers to get to work to fix and adjust the entitlement programs and ensure their future viability and the reach of their well-earned benefits remains. I wish Congressman Casten would start working for the people of Illinois' 6th Congressional District rather than being hyper-focused on capitalizing on cheap messaging tricks. Instead of depending on people not knowing how the programs work and leeching onto that for your own selfish, personal advantage, he needs to educate the public on what the problem is and how we can solve it. The first step in solving a problem is stating that it exists. While Congressman Casten and others attack the speaker for saying the programs need to be fixed and adjusted, I can attest with certainty that they too will use those same words to describe their work on the programs in the future. The problem will exist, and they will not be able to escape it once they get the majority in the future.